Done a nice job, DA. Thanks.
Okay, so here we are in the Houston versus the Utah Jazz basketball game. We are going to be predicting today who's going to win, what it's going to be looking like, and just overall playing NBA 2K. So, first off, James Harden has been killing it this year. Absolutely killing it. It's ridiculous the games that he's been having. Now, I don't think that Houston's going to go ridiculously far in the playoffs, but they are a very dangerous team just because they have James Harden. James Harden has been breaking records for how many triple-doubles he's been getting in each game. Obviously, we are playing right now as Houston because they are the home team, and why the hell not? But James Harden is killing it this year, and if they're going to leave him wide open, he better be taking it. Now, I just finished making the Golden State game, so that might be why I jacked up the three-point shot there. But he was wide open, and he should have hit that shot. If you're wide open, you better be hitting shots. Goes for in real life and goes for the game as well. Now, how this series is going to go, I am personally predicting that this is going to go in about roughly 6 games.
Here's Mitchell.
The reason why I say that is because James Harden has the knack for taking over games and getting the referees to do whatever the hell he wants them to do.
This is poor decision.
Come on, I let him set up the screen forever. He should not have been called for that, and I'm going to blame that on him because he was moving. Now, PJ Tucker is another player to look out for. He is a ridiculously skilled defender, and he is able to stop a lot of players. He can play almost pretty well any position and stop that player, unlike what just happened there. But in real life, he is very good. Now, he has learned over his time in Toronto and other teams that that he is a really good corner three-point shooter, and that's something that not every basketball player is good at. So he kind of has that two-edged sword where he can be a top-of-the-line defender while hitting those corner shots in the case where James Harden is unable to get an open shot off.
Second bucket of the game to go.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason. Well, yeah, he's a guy who can.
Now, James Harden is just one of those players in 2K19 that you just kind of just let him jack up shots because he is ridiculously good at hitting pretty well anything. And that's the same goes for real life as well. If it's a close game, James Harden is going to win it. You just basically have to, if you're the Utah Jazz, you need to keep at least 5 to 10 points ahead because, well, he's just going to start draining it on you.
And Tucker kicks to Harden.
Just like that. And he is just one wet player when he starts shooting it. Like he is really good.
Nice ball movement by Utah.
Like he is legitimately could be the MVP of the league, even though he doesn't win the championship this year. His team finished in 4th. Now let's take into perspective. Let's take into perspective if he had a supporting team, like if his team was like good.
This is it to Tucker. Back to Paul in the corner. Harden. Over Mitchell.
Oh, he is going to get that in. No, okay.
He may have missed it, but that's a clean look at the basket.
The drive by Mitchell. That's good.
But if he had a supporting team, if he had more than Chris Paul, who was starting to become washed up, and if he had more than Eric Gordon, who is a mediocre player at best, if he had a couple of other All-Stars on his team, the Rockets would be a contender for the championship. And it's kind of sad because he's been one of the best players in the league for years, and Houston just will not get him a supporting cast player, which is totally sad.
Mitchell was already the surprise of that 27.
Because he's going to be wasting his career in Houston, and he's probably going to be the best player ever to never win an actual NBA championship.
Here's Harden. And that one drops for him. He has 7.
Oh, well, that's tricky. Trying to stop Harden without
Like when you can average like 36 points in a season. That's just insane.
Rubio with it. He's picked up by Paul.
Like he had the most triple doubles, the most 50-point games.
A shot off that time. And
Like when you're a player matching up against like Wilt Chamberlain,
pass to Tucker. Fires for 3. First shot, first pass.
then like you are one hell of a player. And if you're not on a team that's going to support you and getting some supporting players around you, like I wouldn't be like, I understand how he is the type of player who wants to stay in Houston, but I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to move to like LA, or if he moved over to, dare I say it, Golden State maybe. If he went to Golden State, it's over for the NBA. Put that out there. When you have like 6 players who could be all-stars.
And Gobert.
But
the Jazz with another miss.
it would be interesting if he moved to another team that had another all-star. It would be quite interesting.
Ball against Rubio. Here's Tucker. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Fires from deep. Utah gets it back. Gobert can't cash in from close range.
And typically he has the
So we're all tied up.
when he's in tight.
So we're going to try and get a screen and an open 3. Bang.
Another 3 for Houston.
That's all you really need to do. Just find the best 3-point shooters on your team and just screen and roll open 3-point shots.
Have been from beyond.
That's the best thing to do in NBA 2K. So if you are in the playoffs as well in NBA 2K, definitely that's something that you could use. Use it. But I'm really surprised
Shot to stop the run.
that
The rebound by
a lot of people actually think the Houston Rockets are going to win the championship this year.
For the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Rubio misses. Houston leading by 3.
Oh yeah, and 1. Ah.
Clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming.
Because you need to have a bench. You need to have supporting cast
And he's not afraid.
to be able to have you win. And James Harden can take over games. He can drop 50, 60 points in a game, but you need other players. You can't be doing that every single night.
For James Harden.
He's so
That's just my opinion, though.
self-assured on every free throw he takes.
Maybe back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was a kid, when I was younger,
He puts an end to that 10-0 run.
that would be something that you could do. But in these times, when you've got
The 3 from Harden. Hits the 3-point.
other teams that have 4, 5, 6 all-stars,
Stopping hard tonight.
you got to have more than just yourself.
Ultimate score. It's an
So here we are back. We're going to set a quick screen and roll for James Harden, see if we can get it. It's a foul on us. Surprise, surprise, surprise. They have been calling that ridiculously a lot. Actually, you know what?
Guys.
Considering that they're calling it so much in this game right now,
of threes.
in our last game with Golden State,
Well, there's not enough.
I'm pretty sure that
We'll see in the second.
that might be a little bit of a storyteller towards what they might be calling this playoffs in real life.
In at the point guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
They might start calling those hard screens, because a lot of teams have been complaining that
Cephalosha for 3.
a lot of players are lowering their shoulders and doing a lot of things that are injuring their players. Obviously, if you're in the playoffs, you don't want to have your players injured, but you also, as a league, you want your best players to be playing.
Season a tough one for Crowder.
So if you have your best players running face first into a shoulder,
Also struggled
then how are you going to have your team or your best players be playing in the playoffs?
Here. Capella's checked in.
It's all TV ratings, right? You need to have the best players playing.
Harden against Corver. Harden the pass to Capella. Harden kicks to Rivers. Over Gobert. Capella dishes to Harden. Lock at 6. Knocked loose. And it's
Oh,
stolen
God.
by
That's what happens when you dribble too much, kids.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
If you dribble too much and you give up on open layups, crap like that happens. You get turnover, and they come back down, and they score. Now, obviously, they haven't scored yet. I fouled them. But that's what happens. So don't dribble too much. Keep it within 1 to 3 dribbles. If you can't make anything happen, pass it off to somebody else. If you're going to be playing the ISO game, that's what you got to do. You're useless if you're dribbling around 50 times with 50 dribbles trying to get an open shot. Because now your teammates are going to be like, he's not going to pass to me. I might as well just stand here with a finger up my nose doing nothing. So make sure to pass and make your team happy.
That he has shown the last calendar year.
AC Webb, for your money, who does the best job of combining guard skills with a classic back-to-the-basket game?
Oh, yeah. Now that is what you call a perfect screen and roll.
Back to the basket and then crossover.
Now we have James Harden out of the game right now. He's made a few turnovers. He's got to get some rest.
I think was a point guard and had a great growth spurt in high school.
So we got to just continue to run plays. That's what we might just have to do this next time down the court, because we don't have players that can create for themselves.
Need to get off a shot here. That's a 2 from Cephalosha. Offensive rebound. Crowder. Good work defensively by Capella.
Some tough D in the paint, getting between him and the bucket and stopping the easy deuce.
Green against Cephalosha. Pass to Rivers. Releases.
Oh yeah, Rivers with a 3. Rivers is actually a pretty good 3-point shooter. Now he is, of course, a lot of people thought that he was just in the NBA because his father's a head coach for the Clippers and all that stuff. But you know what? He is an actual really good player. There's a reason why he made the NBA, and it's not because his father is a head coach in the NBA. He can drain those threes when needed. Now, he is not an all-star by any means, but when you have a player who can hit a mid-range and a 3-point shot, who can be athletic enough to defend the point, and also have the smarts and the basketball IQ, because his father is a coach, and obviously he's going to have some knowledge from his father. You've got yourself a really good player who can come as the 6th, 7th, 8th man off the bench. And we're going to go smart play. They're going to ISO me? Okay.
Now the pass to Rivers. Poked away. Shot clock at 5.
There we go.
Here's Capella.
Too bad Rivers couldn't make that layup. Damn it.
Capella is going to pick up a
We're only up by 6.
His 3rd foul so far. Gordon's checked in for Gerald Green. And a switcher also for Utah.
Ricky Rubio is a very good player. So keep in mind that even though I'm saying that the Houston Rockets are probably going to win this series because they have James Harden, you have to remember that the Utah Jazz have one of the best point guards in the NBA, but also have a couple of players who can shoot the 3, and they have players who like good, smart role play players. So even though neither of these teams are going to be winning a championship, it's an interesting series.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect."
Now I'm waiting for them to bring back James Harden onto the court because he's been sitting for a very long time. Now again, just like my previous games, we're only going to be playing up until that the end of the second period or the second quarter, mainly because, come on, hit that, yes. Mainly because we need to get through 8 videos over the next couple of days just for the first round of the NBA playoffs. So this is exciting. It's my favorite time of the year. Maybe because my birthday comes at the end of it. But still, favorite time of the year. If you haven't checked it out already, Basketball Coach Allen, I go over basketball plays, drills, and skills. So if you're a basketball player, go check that out as well. And, well, we have a minute 36 in this game. We are up by 8.
They get buckets.
That free throw, no good.
And I'm going to say that Houston's probably going to win the real-life game by about, I'm going to say, about 10 points.
I mean, you might say, well, take it inside. Well, the Rockets are looking at points per shot. By that metric, their threes...
Now, of course, that was a cross-court pass. You never want to do that in real life. But he was open, and it's a video game, so...
Here's O'Neal.
Come on. Come on, call him for too long behind that.
He kicks to Ingles. Nice ball.
I killed their shot clock, though. But I give him a layup. Okay.
By Mitchell. And it's 8 points for Derek Favors.
And that is
Maybe Chris Paul can hit some threes.
teammate after that one.
Paul for 3.
He's never really been a massive three-point shooter, but it's still interesting, and he's still an all-star.
Passes to Ingles. And so the ball's out of bounds. Shumpert touched it.
42 seconds left, up by 6, so we're probably going to win this game. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's video. James Harden is coming back into the game with 42 seconds left in the game. So it'll be interesting if we can get him another three-point shot, or if we even need to. We probably won't even need to.
6 to shoot. With some arc, and there's the nice layup.
Yeah, we're up by 4 with 30 seconds left. We could quite literally bake the clock.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes.
Set a screen and roll.
Harden draws the double. Back to Nene. Dishes it to Paul. Nene kicks it to Tucker.
And Tucker's known for his three-point shot out there, so that was a good shot.
Mitchell passes to O'Neal. It's his first trip to the line.
Now we're going to get them to shoot a free throw, and we will win the game.
Utah making a change here. O'Neal hits them both.
So as long as we don't turn over the ball, we're good.
9
We have 9 seconds left, so I'm going to bake the clock. I'm going to ask for a screen,
Now Harden got it up.
and we win. Anyways, I hope that you guys have enjoyed. I hope to see Houston make it past the first round, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Or actually, I was almost going to say tomorrow because I run a basketball channel that posts daily videos. But I'll see you in our next video, which will be Portland versus OKC.
Quinn Snyder, coach.